UNLV staff member accused of sexual acts from the 90s will have coverage of the protest and his response. Thank you for joining us on Studio G. My name is Amanda Maher. On Tuesday morning, posters were seen around campus accusing Apologies. Thank you for joining us on Studio G. My name is Amanda Maher. On Tuesday morning, posters were seen around campus accusing UNLV OBGYN of lewd acts with minors dating back to the 90s. Dr. Adam Levy responded to these allegations by saying, "I have been instructed by legal counsel that I cannot make statements or comments in my defense against these anti-abortion protesters. I have been an abortion provider for more than 30 years and an educator for longer. I am dedicated to women's health and freedom of choice." Activists accused Dr. Levy of similar claims 2 years ago. The anti-abortion front came on campus Wednesday to protest in front of the FDH, where they read out the charges aloud. One of the protesters spoke to us about why they are coming forward about this.
Yeah, we have to make our voices heard. We have to let the administration know that we cannot have this man on our campus.
And right after the protest, the protesters took the documents to President Whitfield's office. The president did not personally come out to receive the documents, but one of his supporting staff did take the documents. Orthal James Simpson, also known as O.J. Simpson, passed away on Wednesday from battling cancer. A close source to the family wrote this heartfelt statement yesterday. On April 10th, our father, Orthal James Simpson, succumbed to his battle with cancer, the family wrote. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren during this time of transition. His family asks that you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace. Earlier this year, O.J. denied having cancer after reports surfaced that he was in hospice, but it's just confirms that he wanted privacy during his tough times. Simpson was known for his time as running back with the NFL Buffalo Bills, as well as the widely televised murder trial regarding his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman. The Vegas Valley has been facing a reoccurring issues, break-ins. Our reporter Medina Ansari tells us more about what took place at Ariana Motors.
Break-ins are taking place all across the Las Vegas Valley, and at approximately 6 p.m. last night, Ariana Motors, a family-owned car dealership, had a visit from a man on the street with nunchucks last night.
The adult makes his way to the lot and slams the taillights of a Ford pickup truck, and as he heads back, he damages 3 more vehicles. Owner of Ariana Motors, Max, shares his thoughts.
Those kind of break-ins happens all the time around this neighborhood. The sad part is that there is no consequences for these guys, so they know whatever they do, the next day if they get arrested, they'll be out. So that's why they keep on doing these kind of stuff.
What remains on the floor are the broken taillights of the vehicles, and to ensure extra safety, Ariana Motors has hired extra security, but with that comes another issue.
We can't have more than one security because the cost of security gets pretty expensive as well. So however you look at it, you either lose by adding more security or just pay for the parts that get stolen or broken into. I'm sure so many times you just really deal with it. When it happens, you just go fix the car and move on with life. That's the reality we live in now.
Fortunately, nobody was hurt last night, but this has become an issue for many business owners in the valley, and little to nothing is being done to resolve it. This is Medina Ansari, sending it back to the studio.
Thank you, Medina. The Las Vegas police created a task force to crack down on break-ins and retail thefts to prevent business owners from losing thousands of dollars. The President's Innovation Challenge concluded yesterday with teams taking home awards from $50,000 prize pools. The Innovation Challenge has teams of 3 to 5 students from at least 3 different majors come together to compile their knowledge to chart a course for a more sustainable future in Southern Nevada. The challenge for students this year was to leverage generative AI and other technologies to develop tools and platforms that could improve outcomes for students and teachers, with Team Protégé taking home the first place prize of $25,000. If you are interested in competing, you can sign up at UNLV.edu for next year's President's Innovation Challenge by submitting your interest form. Now let's send it over to Debris for weather.
What's going on, everybody? I'm back for weather. Today I'm hot and nice but cold as ice because the cluster oven of Vegas, whether it be the stove, the deep fryer, the convection oven, whatever you want to call it, because we've got some high frying temperatures today, tomorrow, and Saturday. So let's get the ball rolling. So starting off with the high, we've got a high of 78 degrees and sunny, and yeah, looking pretty warm. The valley temperatures, we got Summerlin and Boulder City, temperatures of 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Henderson we've got 79 degrees. Now we're going to go to the campus temperature. The expected high on campus is about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Yep, we're on the menu. We're on the menu on campus, so you know what to do. And our sunset time, speaking of food menus, our sunset time is 7-Eleven, so you might want to go get some slushies or some ice cream, whatever you use to cool yourselves down. You want to get like a hot dog. I don't know if you want to get anything hot because we're going to be in the 80s all week. So let's check out our 5-day or 7-day forecast. Yeah, there's 7 days in a week. So we've got Friday, high of 88. We're going to be fried to a crisp because we're in the preheating stages. And Saturday we've got 82, so it's going to start cooling down. We might get a little wind over the weekend. And Sunday, that's where it starts to cool down because we've got temperatures of 70 degrees. It's a high of 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So get ready. We're in our preheating season, so expect higher temperatures, some post-eclipse temperatures as well, because Vegas gets pretty hot. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Jabri. The annual Journalism and Media Study Internship and Career Fair made its way back to Greenspun College yesterday. The main lobby of the building was filled with potential employers and employees of the journalism and media world of Las Vegas. Students made their way around the lobby to mingle and network around each booth, speaking with their career professionals in the realm of public relations, communication, broadcast, and more. Students had between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. to make their way over to the fair. A lot of students attended in search of their first steps in the right direction of their future career paths. Some are to explore fields that were not necessarily at their forefront, but many students remained open-minded to them. Potential employers and internships offered features the Vegas Golden Knights, Channel 8 News, CCSD, and other companies that students were eager to speak with as they begin to move forward into their careers. All majors were welcomed to attend this event. If you missed it in this semester, it will return this fall. If you are thinking of moving to a new place, you may want to consult your insurance provider. Many State Farm customers in the state of California have surprisingly denied renewals due to their Californians' high cost of living. The state of California's largest insurer, State Farm, has announced the zip codes where it will discontinue homeowner insurance coverage. Calbo Rancho Drive in township of Diablo near Dansville is lined with lovely and expensive homes. A California resident known as Ron Asgazanian was caught by surprise after receiving a message from State Farm.
When we purchased this house, we thought we would just roll over our policy from there to cover this home, and they told us they wouldn't insure out here. They were not writing policies in this area.
Yeah. Customers fear that they could have no coverage in the event that their homes are burned down during a wildfire. However, there could be hope in the future as state is looking to change regulations that allow insurers to price policies on a home-by-home basis, something that's not currently allowed. This is just another good reason for California residents to move to the city of Las Vegas. Like a good neighbor, Vegas is there. It's time to say goodbye to the Beatles' Love Show at the Mirage Hard Rock Hotel. The show will be closing by July 7th as the Hard Rock takes over the Mirage and it begins its renovations. After running between 40 to 60% capacity as the lowest performing circus show on the Strip, a total of 233 cast members will be losing their job as the result of this shutdown. Other circus shows like OK, Mystique, and more will continue to sell and purchase tickets, and they can be purchased online or at the door. UFC 300 is happening at the AT-Mobile Arena this weekend, bringing in fans from all over the world. Here's Kevin Ludowitz with what you need to know before the event.
UFC 300 has finally arrived. This Saturday, the UFC's capstone event takes place, so here's what you need to know about the event and what to look forward to. UFC 300 features 12 current or previous champions and is headlined by 3 title fights in the main event. Starting the headlining fights is Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje, 2 fighters known for their violent fighting styles. This fight sees Max Holloway going up a weight class from 145 pounds to 155, with Holloway and Gaethje fighting for the BMF belt, a ceremonious belt that is only given to the fighters who are considered the baddest in their division. Next we see Zhang Weili and Yan Jiaonan. This China v China matchup is likely to bring some fireworks with it as well. Weili is defending her belt and is known by fans and non-fans alike for her beatdowns that have gone viral on social media. And lastly, closing out the night is Alex Pereira and Jamal Hill. Pereira is defending his light heavyweight belt against former champion Jamal Hill, who had to vacate the title after an Achilles tear just under a year ago. With both of these fighters famous for their explosive striking styles and highlight reel knockouts, this fight is expected by many to not go the distance. Outside of the main event, Jim Miller, the UFC veteran of 19 years, faces Bobby Green. Miller has won fights at UFC 100 and UFC 200, hoping to bring this event home with a bang and earning himself a win at UFC 300. Many other fan favorites joined the ranks of this card, including Charles Oliveira, Yuri Prohaska, Cody Garbrandt, and many more. With the UFC participating in the special 300 festivities, the headlining fighters have been given custom shorts, which is a rarity in the UFC. The UFC is also rumored to be bringing a colored canvas to the octagon, following in the footsteps of the UFC 200 yellow canvas. This night is sure to be full of amazing fights and is going to be solidified in the UFC history books. With remaining tickets to the event selling for over $1,000, for those of you that want to watch the historic night from home, the pay-per-view is going for $79.99 on ESPNplus.com. And that's what you need to know for UFC 300.
Thanks, Kevin. For those interested in watching, the early prelims start at 3 p.m. local time on Saturday, with the main card starting at 7 p.m. Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Amanda Maher, and thank you for joining us on Studio G.